Hi everyone, Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat, and I have layout share from the last few months. I'm going to say it's definitely November and December, might even include October's. Can't remember when the last one of these I filmed, but I had got to the point where my little pouch was very full, so it was time to clear the decks. I'm actually filming this sort of like middle-ish of December. Because the last two scrapping Saturdays of the year I've already done, and I think at this stage, for what, the weekend before Christmas, it's unlikely I'm going to get any scrapbooking done. I mean, I may, but it's unlikely, and if I do, I'll just start a new pouch going and that'll be shared in my next layout share. So I try to do this every few months or so. I think probably quarterly is a sensible amount of time in order to make sure that you get to see all of the projects I make, because I don't always video these scrapbooking projects. Sometimes I do them at crops and sometimes I do them on video. Sometimes I do them at home, but I don't do them on video. So, you know, it's a bit of a change around thing. So with all that being said, I'm going to plough on and start this video off properly. Okay, just shifted around the camera because I didn't think it was quite at the right angle. Okay, this one, very old papers that are a bit mismatched, but I thought the colours worked with the photographs that I'd got. Did a bit of stenciling in the background. Then these little pieces are, and the little puffy hearts came from my lovely friend Helen. And then I've got these little Disney Mickey head kind of silver, like sequins, paper, you know, like silver confetti type stuff. So I've got those. But yeah, that was me and my daughter at Disney 100 the concert back in 2023. Fun. Okay, this was using a page kit from Hey Little Magpie, and I didn't follow the rules, which will probably not surprise anybody. I mean, I mainly followed the rules, but I did do some extra stuff. Really enjoyed putting this together. I actually made this at the crop, so I haven't got a video of me making it. And then this is just pictures of my daughter and my husband. I didn't take a selfie of myself at the time. We were doing like one of those cold case murder mystery type things on Boxing Day. All snug at home, attempting to work out who had kidnapped Santa Claus. Very fun. We got it wrong, but you know, well, my husband will say he got it right, we got it wrong. There you go. Right, this is another page kit. This is from Hey Little Magpie 2, and you'll see it was actually part of a double page kit. I think that one was also part of a double page kit, but yeah. So let's look at this one first, because this one I made first, and this is the closest to what Sarah had put on hers. But I did add in some extra stitching details, some more twine, stringy stuff. I've realised that's not stuck very well. This is always a good thing when you then start fixing your pages mid-video. There we go. Okay, the picture is from December 2023. Boxing Day, and this is our first year of doing it. It's now become a tradition because we're going to do it for the third time this year, is to go out for a meal on Boxing Day. Just means I don't have to cook, and we try and choose a restaurant that doesn't do roast dinner, because we'll have eaten roast dinner the day before and probably the day before that, because we always do something on Christmas Eve as well. So yeah, so the intention is that I just have a bit of a night off. And yeah, I added lots of nice splattery bits in the background, which is really cute. This was the other half of the page kit, and I did change it slightly. So this semicircle was meant to be further over here, and it was meant to be one photograph, and it just didn't work with the 3 photographs I wanted to scrap, which was my husband and daughter throwing snowballs in the back garden after having made the rather busty snow woman that they made. And this was January this year, yeah, so January 2025, so last year by the time you'll be seeing this. I did loads of extra sequins. Otherwise, you know, it's not drastically different to what Sarah had done, I don't think. I think you can still see that I've mainly used her inspiration. The videos, there are videos for both of these. These are both Scrapping Saturday videos. This one I made at the crop using very old papers to me that I'd taken along with me. And I've realised that they've all got shoved along and aren't quite in the right place either. This is why it's definitely a good idea to not just shove too many things into a pouch because they can get a bit messed up. But yeah, used some embellishments that had come in Hey Little Magpie. Like, that trim is just perfect for my dress. Just worked so well. But yeah, Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. Like the flowers and the stars and stuff, they'd come in those. Using some old bits and pieces from the stash. This was, if we remember this one here, it was actually part of the same double page kit. And again, I kept it fairly similar to what Sarah had designed. I just moved my panel a little bit, my cluster a little bit further up here. And then I added in the bits of greenery just because I wanted something a little bit more flowy. I think she'd done a green circle with her inks, whereas I went with the brown, just because it worked with the colours that were in the photograph. Sort of the bricks and stuff that you can see in the photograph. But yeah, really, really like this page, mainly because somebody else has designed it. Okay, this is a page kit. I think I made this at the crop in November. Might have even been October. I think it was October. Again, it was a page kit I bought from Sarah. Love all of these different strips. What I'd not realised, because I don't read the instructions when she gives us the instructions, is she'd done this as a faux stitch line. So either she'd used stamping or she'd actually drawn it. I actually did proper sewing. So I love that I added in the extra texture. I thought I was following instructions, but I clearly wasn't, because she said to me at the end, "Oh, I love how you've done the actual stitching." And I went, "Well, it said it had got stitching on your picture." And she went, "Yeah, I just drew it," or she just stamped it or something. And I was like, oh. Well, I went to the extra effort. So there we go. I did pull in some extra different embellishments because the title, I think, of hers wasn't quite right. I think her picture was over here, but otherwise it's fairly similar to what Sarah had designed. This one is absolutely very similar to what Sarah had designed. And for me, it was all about travel, so I chose to do some pictures from Menorca holiday. Sorry, this one, I didn't tell you what it was. This one was us in Oxford. I think it's fairly evident what that one is. It was the rather busty Isla snow woman. And that was us on holiday in Devon. And a little selfie on, I think it was our last full day. We were in Torquay. And we had a lovely lunch. It was my first time of having the Devon crab, and it was beautiful. Right, this is Menorca. This is in Binnybecker, and that's just walking to Binnybecker, looking at the cove and all of the splashing waves and the beautiful rockwork. Menorca is one of my favourite places in the world. I went 3 times as a child, and this was my first time going back as an adult, and it is just the most beautiful island. I love it to bits. Very quiet, very unspoiled in most places, and yeah, I just love it. So yeah, again, this was a page kit, pretty much kept to how it was designed. I think I brought in some slightly different embellishments, but otherwise fairly similar to how Sarah had designed it. Okay, this one I did do at the crop. Again, I brought in very old papers. I think I made that one at the crop as well. Very old papers, but some new elements. So this rub-on here I bought at the crop. This came from the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. I think possibly some other bits and pieces came from the embellishment kit. But yeah, I really love how this came to be. And I really like that I managed to get quite a few photographs on this. So that was quite fun. For those people who don't know how I do these kind of small ones, I actually make the collage on my phone using an app. And then I send it to print as if it was a 6x4 photograph. So I always get my 6x4, and then I get a 6x4 that might have 3 or 4 photographs on it, but it's because I've made it into a collage on my app. And I use the InShot app, which is what I also use to edit my videos. This is a picture of the castle. Why have I got no journaling? Okay, well, this clearly needs to be put aside to actually add the journaling. This was at Berry Pomeroy Castle in Devon. And yeah, apparently I didn't bother adding any journaling. I'm going to put this to the other side because I need to do that before I actually put it into my album. I also need to do journaling on this one. And this one. Okay, I did do journaling on all the others, I think. Yes. Okay. Apparently I went through a little bit of thing of not actually doing my journaling. Oops. This is from that day in Torquay that there was a picture of me and my hubby before. We went on a boat ride. I'm not great with boats, but actually it was beautiful, and I only had a couple of moments where there was a bit of a swell or something that just made my balance go a bit. But otherwise I did very well. I was very brave because I don't like being travel sick. It really is one of my worst things, is being travel sick. And when my balance goes, it really goes. So I was very brave for doing it because my husband and daughter love going on boats. Anyway, these were the views along the English Riviera. So the boat was from Torquay to Paignton and then Brixham, and then the reverse journey. Very funny captain on the boat. Really amusing, like cheesy but funny jokes that he was telling. And here is my final one. And this is from the same holiday. Sorry, I didn't talk about the actual picture, the photo, the papers and what I'd used. This, I used old cardstock, did quite a bit of distressing, a bit of inking, old papers, used embellishments that were from the kit, various kits. I think that's probably come from a Fox Box Club kit, I think. Might have come from Hey Little Magpie, I can't remember. But yeah, so just random bits and pieces, but went with quite a distressed look because I really wanted to kind of have the sort of the rockiness be what I showed on my page. Right, final page, here we go again. This is using really old papers again. This is pictures of us at Stoke Gabriel, which is somewhere in Devon that we went to. It wasn't far from where we were staying. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful English village. Like picture perfect, tiny little, slightly hilly roads that were clearly not built for cars, and beautiful properties in the most beautiful countryside. Just gorgeous. We walked, so we did quite a lot of like lanes that were not really for vehicles either, or maybe just for a farm vehicle. So we walked for about an hour to get there. It was just glorious. And then it's basically situated around this massive mill pond off the River Dart, and it's just stunning. So that was the view of the mill pond, sort of probably from the length of the mill pond. This was sort of taken all the way down that end of the mill pond, looking across. Just stunning. And obviously we had glorious weather. It was actually a little bit too warm in some of the days. But yeah, we had a beautiful lunch at a place called the Beach Hut. No, the River Shack. Get it right eventually. The River Shack in Stoke Gabriel. So really old papers. This textured wood grain I love. Then just random stickers and bits again. Hey Little Magpie embellishment kits for the win. I actually need to stick this down. How many of my pages have I now fixed during this video? But I obviously left it because I wasn't sure if I would finish it there or not. So it's not as stuck down as I would normally do. Oops, just wibbled me ATG. But that is now probably stuck properly. There we go. Right, so I need to do the journaling on the ones to the left, and then start popping these into albums. I have now got my lovely albums that my lovely friend Julie, her husband, made. which are just gorgeous. I have filled one and the other one is getting full. Probably will be full once I've done this, which probably means I need to buy some more at the next crop, but I don't know if I'm at the next crop, so it might be February before I'm able to buy them. We'll see. Right, that's it with the layout share. This was, as I say, taking me up to what's probably the end of December, because I don't think I'll do any more scrapping between now and the new year. Please do like if you enjoy these little layout shares, and apologies that they're slightly chaotic. Please do subscribe to see future videos. I have lots planned for my channel for 2026. You may have even seen some videos in 2026 by the time I get round to uploading this, because I don't know when it'll go up. But there will be more videos and lots planned for the year, both scrapbooking, card making, techniques, challenges, all sorts going on, I'm sure. I really appreciate your support. Even a thumbs up or a little emoji in the comments really helps, because it just basically lets YouTube know that you've enjoyed my video, which means I'll appear in people's feeds more often, and that's nice because it just grows the community and there's more of us around. So I hope you will do that for me. Really appreciate it. Other than that, I think that's all I need to say, apart from thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.